The song's so good, I had to play it again. So yeah, it seems like I had some people stop in. If you're hearing a bunch of noise and wonder if I knew if the mic was muted or not, I was basically testing out. I was listening to the stream and what noises are registering with my mic and stuff. Since I kind of have this new setup, I like the setup. It's obviously nice. I'm kind of creating my little space. The problem is that it gets hot easily in here, so I'm kind of figuring out the best way that doesn't get like a lot of noise bombarded to the microphone from like the AC unit and stuff like that. So I kind of got it rigged up where I have a fan. I used to have a fan like over here and had the AC, but it's just too much noise. So I was kind of testing the noises, and fortunately I turned the AC off and have a fan over this direction now. But it should be alright. It's a little hot, but it's better than the noise issues, because I'm trying to get like this music going, and it's kind of annoying when you have like a big like humming noise that's pretty much as loud as the music. And yeah, so I kind of figured out how I want to do the music a little bit more. I was trying to do it like within the same streaming software, but it like wouldn't work, or like barely worked. I kind of actually like just playing it in the background, and the microphone actually catches the audio of it. I could just kind of tweak it a little bit easier, and I can make the changes on a separate computer. And music on this channel is all paid for, so no copyright issues going on. So supporting others, because I think that's the way to do it, for sure. So right now I'm just playing an album that's kind of a mix of different artists, some of which I've used for a lot of my videos. I like their music a lot. And the songs you hear now, or you will hear, you'll definitely see in future videos of mine. Those will be over at youtube.com/bsmitty. Definitely subscribe over there. And if you haven't yet, follow this channel. Working my way to 50 followers. You can get a little bit. You get a little extra features that Twitch helps you. It's like Twitch has like this kind of like ladder system that you like. Basically, it's kind of like a verified type user, and obviously you need to hit certain points. And that's one of them. So that's something I'm working on. So yeah, I've basically been working on enhancing the stream, what works better and what doesn't work, what can I make differently and set up differently. So yeah, that's what's going on. So not insanely, I mean, it's insane when you think of other camera companies, but LEICA Q has an update. LEICA, to me, I feel like they're the smartest photography company when it comes to digital. Photography company. So like, their cameras are built for long term, and they maintain them as time goes on. Obviously, there's going to be replacements over time, but every other manufacturer basically brings out 2 cameras a year, or 1 camera a year of the same. It's basically an upgraded model. It's like an S, a T, L, a B, I don't know all the names, and they keep on bringing that out with incremental upgrades. So the LEICA Q, I got in, I think January, somewhere around then. It was already a camera. It's from 2015. It's an old camera. I mean, I bought it. They still make them new. That's another thing. It's still a new camera to buy. They don't have a replacement. So they actually did a new update to the camera that you just download for free. It's not like, okay, they made these little tweaks, buy a new camera because we're not putting it into the old camera. They're like the longevity of there's obviously they're expensive, but the upgrades are what people are buying new cameras for. So it's kind of like, you can look at it that way too. I've shot Sony series cameras. I had a couple that it's like A6300 and 6500, 6000, 6300, some of those, and they're like, it's like, obviously, I mean, everyone does it. Everyone does it. You know, it's like, you know, those little upgrades that just make you want to upgrade. You know, just like, and it can just be a firmware update majority of the time, unless obviously it's a new sensor, that type of thing. But yeah, they just bring out a new one. So like, if you look at it that way, you're buying new bodies every other year, or you're just rocking the old one, and you're just like, ah, sad. I just bought that 6 months ago. Now they have a better version. So it's just nice. It's nice. So I haven't even prepared things to update it yet, but I just wanted to kind of go over, and I'm gonna do it actually well. Where did I set that thing? And I'm already bumming on the AC fan off, to tell you the truth. It's hot. But I actually had the strap on today. I pretty much always will have the strap on when I'm like hanging out at a place. Like I was at a family function thing in the afternoon for the 4th of July. So I usually have I'll have a strap just to kind of be out of the way, because it's usually out of the way majority of the time, you know, when those kind of things are going on. But I also don't want it in a bag, because then it's more likely that I won't take it out of the bag. So it's like the in between. You know, I'm not holding on to it the whole time to like be completely ready, but it's there instead of like buried into a bag. Then I'm like, yeah, it's a whole to do. So basically, I'm getting the photos off my card, and then formatting the card. Just tweeted out about this stream and got a I see those channels or like pages a lot where it's like they basically just like retweet like a ton of things. Like they're just doing that all day. I wonder if that even like, I don't even, yeah. Maybe that's like a way to get more followers even. You know, if you're just like going on a hashtag and like just retweeting, you're just kind of hoping there's like a percentage back of followers. I would assume that's good. Let's see, put the camera over here. Yeah, the nice thing about when I did my first streams, oh yeah, I dropped it before I remember. The wonderful dongle needed to use an SD card. Still don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. I mean, they don't have anything. So Apple doesn't have it. Like Apple's like doing like with like. I think their focus, I think, is to get away from things like cards and all that. Like, I think they're just like focused on like, you know, you have an iPhone and you can just AirDrop it. You don't need a port. But also, like, when you put like Pro next to a name, I feel like you should be able to use Pro gadgets. But you know, I'm still complaining. I really need to spend some time too with my external drives. I really need to do that. I really need to. Yeah, I really need to do that. Let's see. talking about how this room is very hot. Pretty much like in a month or two, probably 2 months. It's gonna be like perfect in here for like even all winter. Like so, like this is like the room I'm in is like it was already done before, like many years before I was in here. But it's like an addition, so it's kind of like a weird, like there's no, yeah, I mean it's either warm or cold. I mean obviously I could have the AC on, which normally it is, but I don't want the noise, so I kind of have to deal. But normally it's fine in here without anything like that once it's not like 95 degrees outside. It's a GoPro folder. Basically seeing, I just took some photos off here, but they're still on my card, so I'm seeing where I was at. Yeah, there's a really rad photo of Ryder in here that I definitely need to post. Oh, I have a hilarious story. Let me do this real quick. So, on the stream, I was talking about my Instagram grid. You know how we basically figured out here live on Twitch how I was going to do the grid. Alright, photos are transferring. Yeah, so we talked about how we were going to do the grid, and I have my book, which is usually around me somewhere. It's right here. My book IRL, which is available right now at beastmedia.com. It's through Shopify. You can buy it on my website, beastmedia.com. It's on through Shopify though, so it's secure. You can use PayPal, PayPal, credit cards, whatever. So it's super secure. Obviously Shopify is like the place that most people use. But yeah, so we talked about on stream how I'm posting rows. My Instagram's at beastmedia.com. So I was posting and I was like, oh, cool. I think I talked about on the stream how I didn't know how I was going to start it, but I started with a basketball photo, and I was going to end it with another basketball photo because I already went with other ones. Because I decided after the fact that I wanted to post them kind of side by side from the book because that makes sense, but I kind of already started it. If you're still with me, I thought I was done, so I posted like a thank you thing with like my book and my camera next to it. And I scrolled down, I'm like, this doesn't kind of look right. So I counted the photos, and it was 4 photos short. I forgot to post 4 of them. So deleted the photo, and honestly, I actually skipped posting on Instagram for like 3 days, even though I've been on a pretty good program. Just a lot's been going on, so I kind of just like, whatever. And so I posted once today. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you probably noticed I posted a photo of my camera with some cake. It's not on there right now because I had to delete it because I forgot to post the quote first. It was the first time I actually messed up my actual process of the grid. But the quote's a good one. Let me read it exactly so I don't mess it up. Again, that's at beastmedia.com, and that's all spelled out, DOTCOM. So the quote of today is, maybe the ones burning my jersey were never LeBron fans anyways. Quoted by LeBron James. It's definitely true. Like, I'll be buying a Lakers hat. It's kind of like, you know, like, I mean, obviously, I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. You know, it's my team, hometown team. You know, it's like, you know, so obviously, I root for the Cavs. You know, it makes sense. But, like, I've also been, like, I've always been, I root for, like, the best, because that's how I even, like, think. I think of how, even, like, as, like, obviously, the best, people think different people are better and that type of thing. But for me, whoever inspires me the most is who I like to root for. Like, all my childhood, I didn't root for the Cavaliers. Like, I liked the Cavs because, you know, because it's the Cavs. But my favorite team to watch was the Chicago Bulls because of Michael Jordan. So it's kind of the same thing. Like I've been a LeBron fan. Even, like, I mean, you know, when I'm going to the Heat, you know, obviously the way he did it was, you know, we've all moved past that. Like, he went to the Heat. Even when he was on the Heat, I got a pair of LeBron shoes from when he was on the Heat. And then he's on the Cavs, which obviously is a huge thing. And yeah, I would love to see him still be in Cleveland, but I get it. I mean, I get it. Like, it's tough, you know. Kyrie leaves, and you're just like, well, you know, I don't know. To me, it all makes sense. Like, to me, this makes sense. It even makes sense. I mean, the team he played for, what year did he leave? It would have been end of 2011, maybe. I don't know. The team was silly, a silly Cavaliers team, that's for sure. So that made perfect sense. And plus, he went to go play with his friends. Was he 22, 23 years old? Yeah. I mean, it's like a combination of so many things. Like, no actual ball players were like put around LeBron James the first time. The second time was to make up for it. Yeah, that's really what it was. I feel like if he left on maybe more of a good terms, he may or may not have came back, because I think that was kind of like his way of kind of fixing that whole situation. Maybe, I don't know. He always wanted to win a championship in Cleveland, which is what he did, you know. But obviously, he's had homes in LA. LA is obviously, I mean, let's face it, you know, the sun is out in LA. So it makes sense. Alright, so those are transferred over. I'm going to check something out here real quick. One thing about the new MacBook Pro, like, I have the latest MacBook Pro, and it's maxed. It's upgraded. I feel like it should be fast enough to, like, look at the next raw photo. Like, there should be no loading time. And this is just like preview. Like, it should just be like right away. Like, these aren't, like, I would get it if it was A7R2. I would get it. Like, I mean, those are massive files. So like double the size of the LEICA Qs. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. So I'm going to send this over to the iMac. Yep, I do stream with Apple products. You can do that. Actually, the iMac is what's streaming this, and it's a 2012 iMac. But that's the advantage of maxing your equipment. Obviously, it gets expensive, but you don't have to worry about it for many, many years. It's just like the whole thing with the updates. It's the same thing. If you get a computer, you should get, like, the highest, if you can, obviously. I couldn't always do that. But I learned over time to, like, if it takes you an extra year to save up the money, it's worth not having the upgraded thing for an extra year or 2 years. like I said on my, I think it was the last stream actually, the stream before, that I've always wanted like well, not the Q, a Q isn't it? I always wanted like a proper Leica camera. The time I started wanting one was 2010. 8 years. That's how long it took me to get a Leica. 8 years. Sometimes patience works out. You never know. If you're like me, editing on a $250 Toshiba laptop for 7 years, it'll come. It'll come. It's patience. Patience and a lot of nickel frit savings. You know, but like don't put cheese on your sandwich. You know, that type of thing. Let's see. Okay, so let's send this over. Let me just pop up without me having to do anything. Maybe not. Cool. Alright, that's over there. That's something I just want to show you here in a minute. Alright, so photos are, let me double check. Always double check your transfers. Make sure you don't ever want to lose photos. I've talked about that, so that's the worst. Alright, photos are transferred. Gonna format this thing. Actually in the Leica, not just delete the photos. That's how I do it on camera. Lost it. I lose things. Oh yeah, I remember I put it down here. Got it. How's the stream doing anyways? Wrong thing. Stream's looking excellent. Great. Now, if you're wondering too, I put it here. Yeah, the hat I'm wearing is available. Put it in the chat. Alright, so I double checked my my photos are backed up. So let's just gonna format this thing. Formatting. Such a great looking camera, isn't it? I should close that. That might make sense. Okay, we're formatted. Alright. Card is back out. This time I will close this door. I have the firmware downloaded. I'm gonna check out. Let's go over the LEICA Q update. Yeah, I heard that there was a issue with not the firmware, but the instructions of updating the firmware. But I have to put the firmware in the root of SD card, hold the red record button, which is up here, while restarting the camera. Wait until it's finished updating, reboot the camera. It's pretty simple. Leica is also rumored to have a medium format camera come out. Interesting. I just hope they kind of just like go all in, like just make a gnarly like medium format. Let's see. Have you guys ever seen that crazy Lex Luger interview with some Code Red Mountain Dew? What are the tunes? Oh, I played. There's like probably 9 or 10 songs that played for the stream. So let's restart it. All right. So let's see. So one pretty huge thing is there's an actual like favorites menu, which is pretty nice. I don't really go in the menu, but like that's what's amazing about this camera though. Like there's so pretty much everything you need is kind of like on the outside. So there's this amazing dial, which is like this is my favorite, one of my favorite things with this camera. So really the main thing I ever really change on here would be the ISO, and the screen quality. Like I don't have the LCD on when I'm like actual photographing. I have it so I turn the camera on. So the camera's actually on right now. Like it doesn't show anything. You can just see it in the viewfinder. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, it's probably gonna be dark anyways. But if I want to actually just view the photo, I just hit the back button to view. There's no SD card in it right now. And then if I want to go back to shoot, just go like that, and then it's still on, ready to shoot, but just for like viewfinder only. Which is amazing. No other camera actually has that, where it's off when you're shooting and you push button just to view. Like that. I mean, I feel like every camera should have that by now. Like this is definitely built like as a photographer's camera. Like everything that's like in this is thought of photography, like for photography. But anyways, so this dial, there's an ISO button here, so I click that, and I just go over to the right so I usually just have it at 100 ISO. So if I need to have a higher ISO, I just click it, and I can actually, like, if I hold it up like this, I can actually see, like, the screen quality is so good in the viewfinder that I can just go like this and see the numbers of the ISO at the bottom. I can just go like this, like, just know if I just go over, I know what, I'm at 800 ISO now, so just that, it's so quick. Obviously there are some cameras out there that have like an ISO dial where you like lift and then turn, which is nice too. I mean, it's nice to have that. But I actually like having this version too. Like it's just so easy. So to me, it doesn't matter that it's like still like a menu type thing. Um, but yeah, I think that's like my favorite thing about it. That's like what I go to in the menu for. But I'm sure if I could kind of like yeah, I mean, so when I wouldn't format the SD card, like I went to the menu and then I had to like scroll all the way down. So to make a favorite, there's probably a few things where I can like easily just, I don't have to like scroll down for certain things. I was like I'm kind of like just even curious of like, um, I mean, maybe so I had to scroll all the way, like a couple down, a couple like whole like menu screens down to get to the display settings. So that's probably something I would have in a favorite. So if I wanted to actually have the screen for shooting, like if I wanted to shoot something like where I'd like to have the screen. So a lot of times now I actually just like will shoot it and look if I'd like miss the focus, I'll just hold and do it again. Because yeah, so maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's having it in a quick 2-button press, like real fast, don't even have to scroll, make me want to use the screen for weird angles a little bit more. So yeah, I'd move that, I'd move the format, and I already have there's already the wireless button, so that I really wouldn't really need to move that. I mean, so it's really just resituating a few things. I'd probably just throw the self-timer in there. I don't think I've ever used a self-timer on here, but I could see it happening. Yeah, just a few things but it's still nice, like kind of just have that, like even you don't have to like hit. Yeah, it's a nice update. I can see it being really good for people who like changing like their focus modes and that type of thing. Because there's some other things you move around, I just don't use them. Yeah, so this one says like options like you like in the display in the favorites menu. Yeah, that's the best one probably, the display. That and really the format. I mean, it's nice to have that just a quick click. Up to 15 things. That's like I feel like that's the whole menu. I wonder what button. If it says what button would be the favorites, or if it's just like you go into the menu, it's the first thing. Maybe I don't know. Guess we'll find out. A great one is power saving mode. You can have it to where it just shuts off after 10 seconds. I leave it on a lot of the time, but I could see. Also, I was gonna wonder if you like half pressed if it turned it back on or not. Let's see. The camera automatically goes into the auto power off after 10 seconds. I wish it was like, I'd rather it be like 3 minutes, to be honest, or 5. I mean, but 3 I feel like it'd be a good too. I don't know. The setting overrides auto power off time. Oh yeah. I wonder if mine might already do that though. Yeah, I do have auto power off 5 minutes. I do have that already. So power saving mode. Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's just making it like less time. Yeah, this does power off in 5 minutes. And then yeah, okay. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It does do that. Power saving mode kind of just confused me a little bit. So it auto powers off after 10 seconds. It's just basically the same thing. Instead of auto power off, it's power saving mode. 10 seconds. I mean, that doesn't even really make sense. I don't know about that one. Maybe it's starting at 10. That's something I'd look into. Or maybe you can set any time instead of just having it 5 minutes. Because 3 minutes would actually be nice too. The battery life on the LEICA Q is actually really nice, but 3 minutes would be kind of nice. because you can just half press with this to turn it back on. Because that's what I'll do a lot of times. Like, so if I did it today a couple times already. I mean, I feel like I do it every time I shoot. So if I have the camera on, it like shuts off after 5 minutes. What I'll do is I'll half press, like without even looking around. Like if I know like, all right, I'm gonna be shooting, I'll half press to power it on, and then I'll just like half press to test, because like you can feel like the system working when you like half press. Like so like I'll just make sure that it is on, so when I hold it up to my face, it's actually on and not off. So yeah, it does do the power off thing, but yeah, saving mode. I have to look more into that. Maybe it's a starting 10-second. That would make sense if it's just 10 seconds. I mean, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of hanging out here, like doing this for a little bit, and you're kind of waiting for something to happen. It's gonna be turned off. 10 seconds obviously flies by. I probably have been talking more than 10 seconds about that just now. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Let's see. More options for the FN button. You can now assign even more functions to the FN button. So is that kind of like I think that might... would that be a part of like the new favorites thing then? Self-timer. So right now, mine's... Okay, now it popped up in here for a menu. Okay. Yeah, it's the Wi-Fi thing. Yeah, so that's what I use for Wi-Fi. That's what I do to transfer my photos. So they still have that, and now you can just do like self-timer and other stuff too. So that's kind of like the favorites, maybe, kind of. I don't know. So new menu item as well. Manage your profiles. Import and export your user profiles to SD card now possible. This is a great way to synchronize settings between multiple cameras, or a good way to set up your settings in case you loan out your camera to a friend or a family member and want an easy way to reset your setup. Okay, yeah, if someone like changed like your raw settings. Okay, I get that. All right. That's an unneeded thing for me, but I get it. The optical image stabilization has an auto function. I just leave mine on. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like so good. New menu item, assignment of EVF LCD. EVF LCD menu can now be assigned to the FN button. The Q lacks a dedicated EFV toggle button like the SL. By selecting the FN button to EVF LCD, you can cycle through EVF LCD auto. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. That's basically what I was saying before about having that in the favorites to switch to LCD. Now you can just have it to one button. I'll be doing that. I use it for so probably what I'll do, because I'll just add the Wi-Fi to my favorites button, and then have change that. Can now be assigned to that. Okay, yeah. So you can just reassign the FN button to the LCD and viewfinder setup. I dig that. I think I'm probably gonna go with that. It's like I shot the one photo, the syphilis photo. It's on my Instagram. That was actually shot like, it was like I was reaching up. I think I was shot vertical. I was reaching up like this, and I just looked at it once. I didn't hit the focus I really wanted. Held it up again. Looked down. All right, moved on. But obviously, if I could just hit one button and just kind of go like this, boom, less time wasted. Just go for it. New menu item, additional electronic shutter mode. Always on has been added to electronic shutter mode. This is an extremely useful feature found in the SL, where the camera forgoes the mechanical shutter at all shutter speeds. By doing so, the Q becomes silent. Oh, for discreetly photographing live performances. That's pretty nice. Yeah, electronic shutter is you got to be careful with electronic shutter with movements, or even your own movements. Like, you can get a lot of like a pole could look like this. Like a straight pole would be like, it's just bending, because yeah, if it's a lot of moving. It's good for like things that are like everyday objects. Even, I mean, people are fine too. You just gotta kind of be, even, yeah, you can shoot like people doing speeches, or certain parts of wedding photos, and like things like that. Kind of very like controlled moments. But yeah, that's nice to have it. You can just have it completely silent. I actually prefer to hear the noise. That's just me though. But I really, because I know I'll use that at some point for something, multiple times for sure. Faster, creating DNG files in the camera. This is what I heard. This is a good one. Processing speed of DNG files, the raw files, has been optimized. Says while we don't think anyone thought the Q was slow recording images, which I had to shoot a photograph of family a couple weeks ago, and I kind of got like in a little firing bit, because this little girl was like in the water, so it's kind of just like capturing. It does take it took a second to catch up, but obviously, like when you're shooting raw, that will happen if you're shooting. Especially, I mean, this isn't like a really like a speed camera. I mean, but this update probably would have had zero delay at all. I mean, it was not even on delay. It was like when I was looking at it, like it just needed another like second, and then it was ready. But I actually did like that. I think that's a good thing. But it's true though, like typically, I mean, that was the first time I really even noticed it, and it didn't surprise me because like I just kind of figured. You know what I mean? Like when I saw it, I was like, okay, I just fired off a bunch. And I actually never had done it with the Q, so I didn't really think much of it. So it's nice. That's a nice upgrade for sure. That's something that would be a big highlighted thing with a brand new camera for sure. That'd be like faster speeds, and like I was saying at the start of the stream. Another update: self timer setting is kept after the camera has been switched off and on again. Similar to the AF point staying fixed between power cycles, the self timer now retains its setting. Just be sure to remember to disable self timer before putting your camera away. Blah 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 blah. All right. Well, I guess. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess. If you have it, if you're shooting like on a tripod, and you have, it's been 5 minutes, your camera shuts off, and you gotta I get that. That's a good update. Additional exposure preview mode implemented. Using a flash unit or in dark environments, exposure preview can be deactivated in M mode. This feature has been sorely lacking for the Q. Nice to see this added. Using it or in dark environments, exposure preview can be deactivated. Exposure maybe. The heck does that can be deactivated? Exposure. It's dark over there. I don't know. Got me on that one, I guess. Additional function in auto review mode. Right after image capture, auto review will be active as long as the release button is kept pressed. It's trusting that there is no menu option for duration, which is basically what this functionality is usually called. It said you can always override the auto review time. Yeah, I have like mine on like probably 3 seconds or something. It's not gonna. I have my SD card in there. That's one thing I wish the Q had, which like no other cameras really. I mean, there's cameras that have built-in memory. I wish, and it would be so smart. I was telling my friend about this like last month. Like, this is like, you know, a photographer's camera or whatever. Obviously, they won't be able to do firmware because probably won't be able to do firmware because you need a storage. I'm sure, I don't know how it works, but it would be great if they brought one out where you can at least shoot 36 raw photos without a SD card, so you can pretend like it's a roll of film. Because I've had that happen. I forgot my SD card. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. So that's the upgrades. I think my favorite things are definitely the updated speed with the raw files. The FN button for the viewfinder and stuff, but I gotta look. It might be better just to throw that in the favorites and then have the FN button still be my Wi-Fi button. So I have to look to see which one actually makes more sense. Having those few things I use in the menu be just like one quick button press. I don't have to search for anything for a favorites folder. That's nice. What was the other thing? Oh, the silent shooting all around. That's a good update. That's a really good update. That's another thing that's like super like advertised with other brands. So it's nice that they just, it wasn't a selling point for a new camera. They just added it to this one. Self-timer stuff's actually nice. The turn off and on, that's going to help. Photographers who use self-timer. Let's see. But yeah, those ones that I mentioned, those are like things that for sure will be implemented in my use of the camera. Alright, let's get this thing over to it. Alright, so hold the record button. It's a weird one. Gotta be like this. Yep, see, like, even, like, oh, yeah, this is the menu. So, yeah, let's update to... I don't know how close I can get to this thing. Too bright, huh? Update firmware to version 3. Yes. What? Jeez. iPhones, man. Like, what? I love how, like, they'll just turn your flash on. Like, I don't want my flash on. Terrible. I think that's one thing I'm asked about mostly. It's like phones. Like, I was talking to someone about the other day. Like, oh, phone photos are great. I mean, they are, but it's still so far away. Like, so far away. Unless the camera comes out, it's probably like this thick and like, you know, to fit the properly sensor and stuff. But like, I think it's just like, it doesn't even compare. It's just the same thing with crop sensor and full frame. I shot crop sensor majority of my photographic life, but it's not even close to full frame. Just not even close. Okay, restart the camera. I'm actually gonna take a video because man, like this, like low light. Whew, tough time. Gotta do the whole time thing again. Okay, 20. So it's 12. July 4th. Yeah, yeah, saving profiles is nice because now everything is back to factory. So I gotta get all my settings back. Yeah, so factory settings, the FN button's white balance. Yeah, all the sounds aren't. Yeah, I'll have to go through and set this all up. Yeah, I'm excited though. Get this going. Let's go to the Leica logo now when you see if, because the screen's on, because it's at factory settings. But let's see if obviously the logo is overexposed there, but it's pretty cool. Nice little touch. Yeah, I want to show this photo. Shot this with the LEICA Q. Get it into Lightroom here. This is unedited, obviously. Just send it over. So this is straight from camera. It's pretty awesome. This was a shot through the fence. Pretty amazing, huh? Those edits that quick. You can just kind of like really makes a difference in what this LEICA Q does in terms of quality is pretty amazing. Like actual like kind of like photographic quality, you know. Definitely hit that follow button here on Twitch. If you're watching this elsewhere, my Twitch is twitch.tv/beastmidi.com. Definitely appreciate it following. And there's also this other thing with Amazon to make Twitch Prime, where you can subscribe to someone for free. So basically, if you have Amazon Prime and you set up a free Twitch account, you can link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch to make Twitch Prime. Every month, you manually subscribe to a channel, and you have one per month, and it doesn't cost anything to you, but it helps out the streamer. So you can subscribe here or any other streamer on Twitch. It's definitely a pretty cool thing they offer, for sure. And then I think if you sign up separately, if you don't have Amazon Prime, if you sign up separately, they do give you one free month. And then I believe it's $4.99 a month after that. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching this on Twitch, head over to youtube.com/beastmidi. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Got a bunch of videos of me photographing my LEICA Q. That's pretty much what I post over there. It's pretty much me in the photographic process and the art life. That's pretty much what I'm always doing. So a lot of that over at YouTube. My Instagram's at beastmidi.com. Same thing, Twitter. Facebook.com/beastmidiphotography. Give that a like. And yeah, I'm excited to stream again and tell you about the updates and actually using them. It was fun going over them, and I'll try to go live tomorrow. I'll probably get this set up. Try to figure out that favorites menu and the different, if it's worth like having the FN button be for the viewfinder or just the Wi-Fi. I feel like I know I use the Wi-Fi, would use the Wi-Fi more, so I feel like the FN button would be more, it would make more sense for the Wi-Fi. But that's just another thing to add towards the favorites, like I was talking originally. That and format, and I'm sure there's some other things. Self timer. There's probably some other things I'd throw in there. You know what I mean? Once I kind of look at it and see what would make more sense, and made it something I would use instead of something that I kind of dig and hunt for every time and always forget exactly where it's at. So I think it's just like more streamlined, and I'm excited. I think these updates are definitely a great thing, and definitely excited to try it out. And I'll definitely be on stream again soon and go over it. Probably show some more photos, and definitely check out my Instagram. I have a grid going on where it's a photo of my camera. You gotta see the actual order. I kind of have an actual order, even though they shift every time I post something. So typically it'd be like to me, how I would call my standard order of uploads. It would be camera, a photo of my photograph of my camera, and then a quote, and then a photograph. I have a photograph. So my camera, quote, photo, camera, quote, photo is the grid. So definitely check that out. Again, it's at beastmedia.com. Hit that follow button. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys soon.